Hi, I wanted to tell another funny ghost story. These are all real stories. All these things really happened to me. So years ago, I'd say it's probably maybe 15, 16 years ago, maybe a little more than that. My stepfather died, and he was the primary caregiver for my mother. And my mother had had a stroke, so we had to find her a place, a care center, and we had to clear the house out and everything. And when we got everything done, the only thing left was this minivan. And my sister and I decided to just sell it, and so give my mom a little more cash. So at the time, I was working an hour away from where I lived, and there was this dude I was working with, and he had like I think he had five kids, four or five. He had a bunch of kids, and he was looking for a van, something cheap. So I made a deal with him. I gave it to him pretty cheap, and so after we made the deal and everything, I told him, well, I'll bring it to work tomorrow. He's like, all right. He's all excited to get it, you know. So I that night when my son wrestled and stuff, and he would get by the time he got home, had dinner, everything, it was already dark, and we had a long driveway on the side of our house, and I had to move. Like, we had the minivan at the front, and then all our other cars were parked behind, so we had to move everything. And so I told my son, all right, go start the van, open the door, and I had some boxes in there of stuff of my mom's that I wanted to keep. And I said, just set the stuff out. So he went, he started it, he opened the door, and he left the sliding door open, and he put the boxes down, and then he started all the cars, and then, we started moving stuff, and we just kind of stood there talking for a minute, and the back gate was open, and we had a lab, really sweet little yellow lab named Maggie, and the gate was open, so she just came wandering out of the back, and as she was passing the minivan, she stopped, and we were further down the driveway. She stops and she looks over and she starts wagging her tail, and she walks over to the minivan and she crawls up in there, and her head and her front feet are in the minivan, and her back's out and her tail's wagging, and my son's like, Dad, look, it's like somebody's in there. And I go, yeah, I see that, And it was kind of weird, and I'm trying not to freak him out, but it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. And I said, it's fine, I try to cover it up and everything. I don't worry about it, So we get everything moved and everything, and I start thinking about it, when Maggie was a puppy, my stepfather and my mom used to watch her and my son. He grew up with that dog. We got her when he was really young, and she was real close with, his name was Ray. She was real close with him. And every time he would come over, she'd get really excited, or if we brought her there, she'd get really excited. And then I start freaking myself out because I had to drive that thing the next day from where I lived to the job, and we leave at 5 a.m., so it's going to be dark, man. So I got to get in this minivan that I know there's some haunting shit going on because the dogs over there get petted by, there's nobody in there. Anyway, so I thought about that shit all night. I was sitting there, I went to bed, and then I wake up to use the restroom or something. I'm thinking, fuck, man, I gotta drive that damn minivan for an hour tomorrow in the dark. I was freaking myself all out. So in the morning, I was already like all weirded out about it. I didn't even want to do it. My wife was gonna follow me. She actually worked down there too. But anyway, I needed to ride back with her. And so I got in the morning, and I'm freaking out. I'm in the minivan, and I keep looking in the rearview mirror, and I keep expecting to see Ray sitting back there staring at me or some shit. It was uneventful. I had myself all worked up and got myself all scared for nothing. But the whole drive down there, I kept looking. I kept looking in that rearview mirror. I expected to see some form back there or something, but there wasn't. I just remember giggling about it afterwards. I'll tell you what, though, even though I didn't see anything on the way down there, when I gave it to that dude, I never told him shit about that. I didn't want him to change his mind. I just wanted to get rid of it. But even though I didn't see anything on the way, I didn't want to get back in that damn minivan. I never even asked him if he had any weird shit with it. I wasn't going to bring it up or nothing. Anyway, kind of a short story. Guys, have a great day.